This is one of the only places on Earth where glaciers and volcanoes exist almost on top of each other. A country where boiling lava regularly collides with ancient ice, where the Earth's crust is literally ripping apart right now. Yet, somehow people have built an entire civilization here. From above, Iceland looks remarkably peaceful. But beneath the surface, it is one of the most violently unstable environments on the planet. This entire island straddles two continental plates locked in a slow, relentless separation. Every eruption, every earthquake, and every shifting glacier is just collateral damage in a geological war raging beneath the soil. The result of that war looks almost impossible. Most islands are formed by standard volcanic activity. Iceland, however, is a geological anomaly. It was forged by two massive planetary forces colliding at the exact same time. Directly beneath the country lies the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. This is one of the largest fractures on Earth, a gigantic fault line scarring the floor of the Atlantic Ocean. On one side, you have the North American tectonic plate. On the other, the Eurasian plate. They are slowly rupturing, drifting apart by only a few centimeters every year. That might sound harmless, but over millions of years, that immense tension has physically ripped the Earth open. Normally, this fracture stays hidden deep underwater, totally invisible to us. But Iceland sits directly above a second anomaly, a massive mantle plume. Think of it as a subterranean blowtorch, a column of superheated rock rising from the deep earth, cooking the crust from below. When that intense underground heat met the splitting tectonic plates, Iceland was violently forced out of the ocean. It didn't emerge as a finished, stable land mass. It emerged as a battleground, permanently trapped between creation and destruction. Even today, the island remains unfinished. New lava fields continually form. Fresh fissures tear through the bedrock. Entire coastlines are being rebuilt in real time. Which raises a fascinating question. How do humans actually survive in a country that the planet is still actively constructing? To understand survival here, you first have to understand the threat. Iceland is home to more than 130 volcanoes, with roughly 30 of them still active today. The true danger, however, doesn't just come from the lava. It comes from where those volcanoes are located, directly beneath thousands of tons of compressed ice. This triggers one of the most violent chemical reactions in nature. Imagine 1,000-degree magma suddenly breaching the surface and colliding with miles-thick glaciers. The water flashes to steam instantly. It expands with terrifying force, shattering the cooling lava into microscopic pieces of jagged glass. The result is catastrophic. Towering ash clouds, explosive steam vents, flash floods that can wipe out entire valleys overnight. In 2010, one of these subglacial eruptions brought the modern world to an absolute standstill. You might remember the name Eyjafjallajökull. That single eruption was so disruptive, it entirely paralyzed European air travel. More than 100,000 flights were canceled, stranding millions of passengers worldwide. The danger wasn't flowing lava. It was that microscopic volcanic glass suspended in the ash cloud, which is capable of completely shredding commercial jet engines mid-flight. A single mountain on a remote island disrupted the global economy. Yet, Iceland harbors threats capable of producing even larger nightmares. Deep beneath the Mýrdalsjökull glacier hides Katla, a volcanic monster that scientists monitor 24/7. If Katla awakens at full capacity, it could unleash a glacial flood so massive it would race toward the coast with the volume of the Amazon River. Strangely, Icelanders don't live in a state of constant panic. They learned to adapt. Over centuries, they realized a vital truth about their home. the exact same volcanic system that threatens to destroy them, is the key to their survival. While most countries fear geothermal instability, Iceland completely weaponized it. Today, nearly 100% of Iceland's electricity comes from renewable sources. That energy is pulled directly from the subterranean heat of the volcanic hotspots below their feet. In certain regions, boiling water naturally rises to the surface, bringing with it the thick scent of sulfur. Rather than avoiding these harsh zones, Iceland engineered its entire society around them. Homes are heated by piping this volcanic water directly into the walls. Underground grids melt snow on city sidewalks during the dead of winter. They even built massive, glowing greenhouses. By utilizing the Earth's natural furnace, Icelanders can grow tropical fruits like tomatoes and bananas just outside the Arctic Circle. Think about how incredibly rare that is. One of the coldest, most isolated countries in Europe survives by harnessing the heat of the inner Earth. Subterranean fire acts as a shield against the Arctic freeze. Historically, surviving here was brutally difficult. Early Viking settlers faced endless winters, violent storms, and crop-destroying ash falls. Starvation was a constant, looming threat. But instead of abandoning the island, they evolved alongside it. Today, built directly on top of a ticking geological time bomb, Iceland boasts one of the highest standards of living in the world. But fire only tells half the story. To truly grasp the scale of this country, you have to look at the ice. Roughly 11% of Iceland's landmass is suffocated by glaciers. These are not just fields of heavy snow, they are slow-moving rivers of crushed ancient ice, some measuring hundreds of meters thick. They carry the sheer weight of mountains. As these massive ice caps slowly grind across the land, they act like giant geological bulldozers. They carved the deep, sweeping valleys. They shaped the jagged fjords. They pulverized volcanic rock over millennia, creating the famous, hauntingly beautiful black sand beaches. One glacier dominates above all others, Vatnajökull. It is the largest ice cap in Europe. It is so unimaginably massive that entire active mountain ranges exist completely swallowed beneath its surface. This creates a terrifying, delicate balance. When the geothermal heat from those hidden mountains melts too much ice too quickly, the water has nowhere to go. It builds up in hidden subglacial lakes until the pressure becomes too immense. Then, it explodes outward. These apocalyptic floods are called jökulhlaups. They carry chunks of ice the size of houses, tearing through plains, obliterating bridges, and washing away newly built roads in a matter of hours. The landscape is wiped clean, ready to be rebuilt all over again. Yet, this exact same destructive ice is responsible for Iceland's surreal, otherworldly beauty. Centuries of pressure create blue ice caves that glow like shattered glass. Melting edges form silent lagoons choked with massive, drifting icebergs. Waterfalls carved during the Ice Age thunder over cliffs, plunging into deep canyons. It is a visual contrast that changed Iceland's economy forever. Once the internet discovered these landscapes, the country exploded globally. Hollywood immediately recognized its potential. Blockbusters like Interstellar, Game of Thrones, Rogue One, and Batman Begins all used Iceland to represent alien worlds or ancient mythological realms. They didn't need CGI. They just needed to point a camera at the dirt. There is a psychological weight to this landscape. There are vast stretches of Iceland where you can drive for hours without seeing a single trace of humanity. No cities, no forests to block your view, no power lines, just endless stretches of jagged lava rock wrapped in neon green moss. Heavy fog rolling off the mountains, and total, absolute silence. That emptiness changes how the country feels. It feels wild, It feels untamed. The weather can violently switch from blinding sunlight to a horizontal blizzard within 10 minutes. The ground randomly hisses with steam. The winter sky burns with the green and purple glow of the northern lights. It feels ancient, raw. This brutal environment completely shaped Icelandic culture. When the Vikings arrived over 1,000 years ago, they looked at the steaming earth and the towering ice, and believed the landscape was alive. They filled their folklore with hidden forces, trolls, and spirits called the Huldu folk, who lived inside the rocks. Honestly, when you stand in the middle of a lava field as the fog rolls in, those myths start to make a lot of sense. Entire rock formations look like the ruined castles of a forgotten civilization. Even today, many Icelanders maintain a deep, ingrained respect for the land, not because they fear ancient myths, but because they understand that nature holds ultimate authority here. Blizzards, earthquakes, avalanches, and volcanic gas dictate where they can build, where they can travel, and how they live. Iceland never allows its people to forget how incredibly powerful the planet really is. Most countries feel permanent. Mountains don't move. Coastlines stay put. Iceland doesn't play by those rules. It is actively mutating. In recent years, the volcanic system near the capital, Reykjavik, has violently awakened. After sitting dormant for 800 years, the Reykjanes Peninsula began tearing itself apart. Entire towns like Grindavik had to be permanently evacuated. Deep fissures ripped through residential streets. Glowing rivers of lava swallowed houses whole. Millions of people around the world tuned into live streams, watching in awe as brand new land formed in real time. That is the magic of this place. In most parts of the world, geology is a study of the ancient past. In Iceland, geology is the daily news. The island is slowly growing larger, stretching wider with every eruption. But simultaneously, it is facing a new, modern threat. Its massive glaciers are rapidly shrinking. This creates a highly dangerous contradiction known as isostatic rebound. For thousands of years, the unimaginable weight of those glaciers has been pressing down on the Earth's crust, effectively keeping the underground volcanic pressure capped. As the ice melts and disappears, that heavy lid is lifted. The pressure decreases. Magma can rise to the surface much easier. The terrifying reality is that as the ice disappears, the fire will become stronger. The delicate balance that created Iceland in the first place is shifting. Scientists are racing to understand what this means for the future of the island and the millions of people who live and visit it every year. Because Iceland is far more than just a beautiful tourist destination. It is the clearest window we have into the raw mechanics of our planet. Logically, Iceland should not exist. It is a paradox, an island trapped between grinding glaciers and boiling magma, between freezing winds and exploding fire, between constant destruction and endless creation. But perhaps that is exactly why it commands so much fascination. Iceland exposes a truth that the modern concrete world tries very hard to hide. The Earth is not a static rock. Continents are moving. New mountains are rising. Ice ages advance and retreat. Deep below the pavement of our cities, planetary forces are churning, totally indifferent to human existence. Here, you don't have to read about those forces in a textbook. You can see them. You can physically stand in the rift between two continents. You can feel the heat radiating off a fresh lava flow. You can run your hand across a block of ice that froze before the Roman Empire existed. Very few places on Earth have the power to make you feel completely insignificant, while leaving you utterly amazed at the same time. Iceland does. It is a harsh, beautiful reminder that our planet is not just a habitat. It is alive, which leaves us with one final unsettling question. If this is the awe-inspiring world created when fire and ice are perfectly balanced, what happens to Iceland when the ice is finally gone?